Hello, everyone. This is Out of the Box podcast. I'm your host, Jim Andre. I got my co-host here, Bradley Powers, and we have two guests tonight. We have Dawn Siddons and Tony Browning. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Very good.
Tony,
Thank you.
Good to hear that.
yeah. Oh, Tony Browning, okay.
It's wonderful
Yeah.
to be here again with you guys.
Yeah.
It's awesome to have Tony here.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, Tony.
Thank you so much.
So, Tony, if you want to take a little time in your own words and explain to the viewers a little bit about yourself.
The experience that I had, I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I had a being that was about 8 feet tall come and try and help me. So I got a touch on the shoulder. I was asked, "Can I help you?" And I mean, he had floated. It was in broad daylight, and I was like in shock, and was kind of like, stunned almost, like, what is going on right now about this happening? And anyway, I felt, because I was in a bad way, I really did not want to live. And I had a little bit of an obsession with the afterlife for a while. But I got touched by an angel, if that's what you want to know, that old saying. I don't know what it was, but I did find a quote in this book where souls on the other side, spirits, can actually go through a special dimensional field to try and come in and help someone that was, one of their family members. And I think that's exactly what someone did. And it didn't happen to me once. It's happened to me a couple times. The first time, I don't know who the being was, but the second time, I know exactly who they were. It was both of my grandparents. And they had giant soldiers surrounding me. I woke up in my bed. Obviously, I had been asleep, but I actually got up and walked around, and I turned and looked. And there was my grandmother, who looked 18 years old, and my grandfather, and they looked at me and they told me telepathically, we are protecting your soul. So I'm like, okay.
You're like,
Great.
yay. Talk about you're not alone, hey?
Right. So I literally walked into the other room and was kind of pacing, like, what is going on? And the soldiers that was around my bed were terrifying. I mean, I laid there for a minute like, oh my God, what's going on here? And
Yeah.
it was really scary. And like I said, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do anything. So, I don't really have an excuse that, oh, I partied, or I don't have I really don't do anything. So these experiences that I've had, and I've had so many, oh my gosh, just a long list of all kinds of crazy things. I actually experienced the God love, the beautiful, magnificent love that everybody talks about in the near-death experiences. I've actually experienced that. And I can tell you guys that, wow.
Did you experience that through a near-death experience, or
No, no, I was
through
in
meditation, or
a very deep meditation. And I had to do a guided one. And then after the guided meditation, it kind of just ran out and I just stayed with it. And I started asking, I literally was calling out, asking for it.
That's what I did when I felt it first time.
You felt it?
Yeah. I
Right?
asked for it like you did. I was like, what does love feel like? Like, I want to know what love felt like. And I put that intention out there before the deep guided meditation. And, I felt it.
Yeah. So when Christian Sundberg, he had talked about his pre-birth experience, how he had came across a light being who was so beautiful and so amazing and so filled with love that he said to him, how did you get this way? And this light being said, well, I had to go down to the third deep earth and do some really hard things and experience extreme pain.
As
So
we
that's
all
we
have.
have
what we're doing it for, I guess.
we have a comment here from Tammy Bonham saying, "Hello, troublemakers." I think she's talking to you and I, Bradley.
Yeah.
You can't be referring to
Oh,
these,
never you
lovely
guys. We're
I
two
can see
angels in
that.
here.
I can see that.
Two peas in a
Scott
pod.
Hammonds is with us. Hi, Scott.
Greetings.
Hi, Sarah.
Yeah, once you have so many spiritual experiences, you can't deny your experiences.
Yeah.
Especially feeling love.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true gift.
And when other people do, then you're just right there with them. You're just like, yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, yes.
And we have
Yes.
a tribe. We have, I remember going to a party, and it wasn't very long ago. And, you do not fit in anymore. Not really. Not with a normal conversation. I mean, you talk about anything else except your true beliefs, right?
Yes.
I remember this friend of mine who said, reincarnation, Tony, really?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah,
It's a thing.
absolutely.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
one
That's
other
what
person like me, so that was good.
that's what life is. It's a never-ending recycling process.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced any of your past lives, Tony?
During meditation, I think that I have seen them. Like, who are these people looking at me? Who are you all? And it just dawned on me, oh, I know who you guys are. You're me. Because, they're always looking at me in meditation. You know what I mean? All kinds of different people. And one of them, I think, was a witch who was burned at the stake.
Quite
There was about
possible.
2 or 3 different nuns, and then some men.
Yeah, because we've been both, male and female. That's what a lot of people don't think about, even about we're reincarnation, but we've been both, the good guy, the bad guy, male, female, all
My
different.
friend of mine asked me, do you have anybody that is famous? And if we do, it's because we can imprint on them. We can check their life out if we want. So it's not like, oh, I was Cleopatra. It was I experienced portions of her life, because we can do that.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're all reflections of each other, each experiencing a unique experience of our own.
Yes, we're all one. We're all together. There's only one person here. You know what I mean?
Hugs to me out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we're all reflections of each other. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's like looking at different versions of yourself doing different things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so much better than the Christian alternative. You know what I mean?
Oneness, love.
Right. And the thing is that we actually have proof with this spirituality. We have proof. There's so much proof. And people think, oh, that new age group. It's like, really? This has been around, Hindu, Buddhism has been around longer than anything. These ideas,
Tammy's asking, are we not fractals of the whole?
We're
You know,
different.
Dawn,
Huh?
you know the answer to this one.
We're different sparks of the divine experiencing for the divine. We're all part of the divine. It's hard for the mind to concept that we're part of the whole, but we are the whole. Inside we hold the love. Everything that God is inside us. We're all just like Bradley's another version of me incarnated. Jim's another version of me. Tony's another version of me. You're all just different versions of me.
Well, if everybody is in God, right, and God created everything, and we're created in God's image, would it be safe to say that? Would it be safe to say that God Himself is everything, which includes the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Yes.
I don't think God
God
created
is everything.
this 3D planet for some reason. I think we did. I think God, the beautiful.
Well, we're all part of God. We all,
Yeah, something's up with that. I can't get. I know. I think it was put together on its own somehow. The different shadow worlds and level 1 being dimensional 1 is something that just thought they were there. It's hard to wrap yourself around, but when I experienced that pure love of God, that oneness, that beauty, that unlimited grace, it was almost like a mother singing to her baby or a child in innocent love and beauty. I just don't see how, and I don't, maybe God, our unlimited being, was lonely and liked stories. Like, I don't know. You guys, I'm still trying to figure that one out. You guys, maybe you could help me with that.
Well, here's a question: are we here to serve God, or is God there to serve us?
Yeah. True.
And thank you, James, for the comment. We are God. We're serving ourselves. We're all spark. We are like everything is God. It's so hard for our rational minds to say,
So you're
God's
saying
one thing or put God in a box. I mean, you can't put God in a box.
It's all self-service.
Exactly. God's learning every experience we have. God's learning through us. Everything's in the Akashic records. Everything. The darkness, the light, all the memories, everything is there.
I believe that the extent of God is a universal energy, a source, right? In essence, that makes all things possible. So the universe, in essence, is experiencing itself in a gazillion different ways all at one time.
Exactly.
The universe or source itself being like separate from the beautiful being, light being of God, but creating this separately.
No, source
Yeah,
is God.
yeah.
You
Some
think
say
It's
we're all
all one
connected by the
energy,
God.
love in the end.
We're all connected by the God tree. The flower of life is the God's DNA. We're all connected by the flower of life.
Well, you
I
know, we often
God is
debate
source of different beings, but I don't know what
we
it
o-
means or
we
even
often we often debate the laws of God and man while overlooking what I think is another important set of laws, which is the law of nature itself. I mean, don't the laws of nature play a role in any of this?
Yeah.
the laws of nature.
Well, I mean, it's because of Mother Nature why we have these beautiful bodies. We get to experience this light and darkness, this world.
Well, what I mean to
You know,
say
of course,
though is
Mother Nature is
what I
part
mean
of
to
it.
say is that the realm that we're in now is an unforgiving, a random, unforgiving, chaotic realm. Now you've got natural chaos within nature itself, within the form of natural disasters. Now, if a tsunami wiped out 250,000 people all at one time, do you think nature or the universe itself would feel guilty in any way?
No,
No.
because any natural disaster or anything that takes out, and it's all. Oh, I hate to say it's scripted, but it's all written like not in stone because you have free will. You know, but I
One Facebook user says the law of karma.
yeah, law of karma is just the balancing of experiences. Is all it is.
Mhm.
It's just balancing your experiences out. Yeah.
So if a human being does something chaotic, why do we think that's so bad or unbelievable versus what nature can do to us?
I think nature might be fighting back sometimes. The planet is alive. It's a being as well. So
Oh yeah, yeah. The Earth is alive. Yeah, the Earth
I'm
is a living entity.
set over here. So I'm going to have to hit them with a tsunami. They need to stop littering. It's possible. But I know that souls sign up for those things. They sign up to be taken out during.
Here's a good question from Tammy. Where does free will come in if you're wiped out by a natural disaster?
From my point of view, it's
Pre-birth.
nothing like your ending to your life is not happenstance. I mean, you plan your life out ahead of time.
Yeah.
So you know ahead of time there's going to be a natural disaster. You may not know everything that's going to happen in your life, but because you have free will of choice as you go through life. You can choose your path as you go. But yeah, we can mourn for the people we've lost for sure. But they're not in body anymore and they have fulfilled their their contract or their life path. They fulfilled what they were here for.
One Facebook user says it's really luck of the draw.
It's all in perception.
My mother, she had her menstrual cycle happen to her unexpectedly one time to prevent her from going out to the bowling alley with my dad. And the night that my dad, and she always went with him, like they're two peas in a pod, inseparable. Well, he went by himself and he was in a horrible car accident and broke his neck. And,
Oh,
you know, so my mom follows the signs. The signs are there. You watch for the signs and you're guided and you stick to the signs, then you're being completely guided. Also, you really don't even think for yourself. Your higher self is in there thinking and they're in your ear all day long. And if you sit down and say, what do I need to know today? You'll have all kinds of things come to mind. It's because your higher self is telling you, you need to do this, this, or this. It's not really like you're taking a soul and you're sticking it in this brain and you're hoping that it'll do well together. Well, your higher self is over here like, don't worry, I've got your back.
Always.
I'm going to be here to guide you. And if you get off track, you're going to be nudged a few times. We're going to nudge you. If you don't listen to me, if you don't listen to me and your guides, we're going to slam you, which is what they did to
We'll nudge
me.
you even louder.
That's right. And I got slammed. I mean, literally. Whoa. So if you go through life, and I think we should teach young people that, listen to that little voice. Listen to, because you really don't have to do anything. If you, law of attraction, law of attraction.
Yes,
So glad to be
hello,
on.
wise men, Jim and Bradley. Hold on. Hello, ladies. I, the Anunnaki teacher, is here to join in. Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry
I'm
about
not getting any
Any
messages.
secret?
Yeah. So, I'm not getting any messages.
Larry, bet my high self is higher. Yeah, the energies is raising. What were you talking about, girl?
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I don't believe in like just all of a sudden, just it's just the luck of the draw, especially when you pass out of these bodies. I believe it's planned. You have
Tammy,
no choice, but
Tammy's asking if you take out the concept of we made a contract before we got here, does it negate what happens to us? I mean, how do we know we made a contract to get here? What proof is there?
Yeah, you mean, well, if you really want to know everything about yourself, you can sign up to do a QHHT session. And it's absolutely fantastic. You can even go online, susanspooner.com on YouTube, and watch some of hers. So these people, they're paying $300 to $500 to go in, and it takes about 5 hours, and they're hypnotized. So there's two different people that created this and invented this. And get this, two different people created this at exactly the same time on the East Coast and one on the West Coast in the United States, and wrote books on it. And people were coming to them, and they had no idea that the other person had invented this thing. But Journey of Souls, this book, it's absolutely
I've
amazing.
heard of that.
Oh my God. So Michael Newton, he created Life Between Life Studies, hypnosis. And then Dolores Cannon, she invented the QHHT hypnosis, quantum healing hypnosis technique. And she wrote all kinds of books on it. Anyway, oh my God. It's yourself. So if you don't believe other people, go in and sign up. And yourself is hypnotized. And yourself is telling you all about yourself and all of your incarnations. And
Benny C. Trent says you have 7 paths you walk at the same time. Your energy coagulation goes to where your thoughts are stronger.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, where your energy where your attention flows, your energy goes.
And the law of attraction, there is something really amazing going on with the law of attraction. Okay. I even did it right before Christmas. I'm like, okay, because I didn't want certain people being mean to me coming to my house. So I'm like visualizing this perfect moment at Christmas with my mom and my dad and Finn, and we're sitting together. That happened exactly like that. Okay.
Awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
So I've done it a few times where I envisioned the perfect scenario of something that had to go perfect. And it happened.
Isn't that
And
awesome?
I look back on it, I'm like, oh my God, that was exactly what I had wished for. So
Tammy's got
attraction,
yeah.
anybody do it.
Tammy's got a good point here, but not everyone can be hypnotized.
Isn't the cute AHHT thing? Isn't that more of self hypnosis?
Now, they say that everybody can. Now, I went a long time ago when I used to smoke cigarettes, and I was like, okay, I need to quit smoking cigarettes, and I want to be hypnotized. I was chewing the gum and wearing the patch, and I literally chewed the gum. I had to get off the gum before I had to get off the cigarettes. So anyway, it didn't work. Like the hypnosis did not work on me whatsoever. But I have had like an actual psychic, a real person who's actually trained in this. Now I'm actually going this Saturday to get my full session. But I do know that some of my past lives, that I'm going to get to go and do the whole thing this Saturday. And I absolutely, hands down, I believe every bit of it. I've had experiences. It's hard to explain to someone about your experiences too, because when you just know, you know. When you feel it and you see it in your mind, you know.
Yeah. Experience it within.
Yeah, within our heart. Actually, I think God is actually in our heart center.
Well,
That's
the truth, yeah,
love.
all truth comes from within.
Yes. So our heart center is a very special place. It's actually a brain. The heart feels, and it's a brain. So it guides you in different places. You know,
Yeah,
especially
I believe the stomach is as well. The stomach, the heart, and the brain. Yeah. See, like when Bradley doesn't feel well, his stomach is bothering him. That's when he can't stomach himself. You get it?
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah.
not talking. I don't feel too good. Yeah, I don't feel too good.
How's your stomach doing tonight, Bradley?
I don't feel very well. That's why I'm quiet. I don't feel very well.
Oh.
You know? Yeah, that's why I'm quiet.
You know, you can actually do the law of attraction on your health. You can specifically, don't ask for it. Say, this is a prayer of healing for my body. This is a prayer of healing for my body. And then start feeling like I'm so healthy. And then say, thank you so much for giving me such good health. Thank you so much for me being so healthy. Thank you so much for a perfect stomach. If you say those things just like that, and then at the end, just say, I want to close this out with so much truth and love and faith. And there's an Arabic way of saying amen that's even better than anything. And I've got to remember how to say it because it's new to me, and I've been doing it lately. Alalem, amen, amen. So it's Alalem, amen, amen. It's really kind of beautiful when you say it all.
Namaste.
Yeah, namaste. And that kind of just closes it down. You know, namaste meaning Hindu, I bow to you.
Yeah, and your heart chakras are connected to your palms. So
right, you put
kind of
your
like connecting it. Yeah, when you're doing
right
that,
here.
you're connected. Yeah.
Bradley, what does Tammy mean by this?
I'm sorry, I don't feel too good. I'm not.
Tammy's saying you forgot about that little brain for some.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Oh, a little brain. Is that a sexual?
Is that or the ego mind?
Lean that way. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they say that, you know, like with our sexual relations and then like explosions, and that it's actually almost like us with ourselves. Isn't that like out there? Like a guru, a very religious guru.
Well, that is euphoria, right?
Us with ourselves. I guess that's.
I mean that is euphoria here on Earth.
Right.
Facebook user says living things such as humans, animals, and plants have their own individual auras.
It's very true.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because we have our own energetic vibration, different vibration.
That's probably how we all started out when we came to here, this planet. When we were practicing, we became something small, like a plant, or something very simple, just to prepare us. And
you have the balancing experience too.
They keep telling me that I'm like this really, really old, ancient soul. And I think I might have even been a dinosaur.
Quite possible.
Isn't that funny?
You guys
I
read the
film
Tony comment?
in meditation.
Rah!
Yeah. But I was probably one of those real sweet ones that got, ate up. Like sort of what happened in my life, here.
Uh,
Just kidding.
Yeah, plants and trees have a consciousness. So do the water, stones, are conscious.
Yes, the crystals that we love so much. We have crystals in our pineal gland. The crystals literally they have souls in them. They have essence of souls, so they can speak to us. Yeah, that's why we connect with crystals. And crystals are important to us. Some people don't even realize it.
crystals hold a lot of good energy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
especially like the quartzes and that. I like feeling those ones.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, especially like the rose quartz, the
Rose quartz, aquamarine quartz is very high healing energy.
aquamarine.
Yeah.
I haven't used that one, but I sure have used the
Well,
rose.
if you get your hands on one, even a small piece, it's
Okay,
pretty awesome.
I will check it out. Oh my God, my daughter got me one when she went to Sedona. I didn't understand why, but I was in love with everybody for a while, carrying that stone around. I'm not kidding
The
you.
rose quartz.
Yes.
Yeah, that's to do with the heart chakra and love. Yeah.
A powerful energetic stone is shungite.
Shungite.
Yes.
don't know-
And
I
look
don't
at,
know if you've
yeah,
ever heard
feel
of
that.
it, but this
Ooh.
stone right here, actually emits an energetic frequency of its own,
It sure does.
and
That's
it's only a stone on Earth that you can pick it up with a Holmes meter,
Where'd you get that at?
and the only place that this stone, original shungite, can be got here on the Earth is in Russia.
Oh
Now
my.
they got shungite like in Midwest Colorado and all that, but it doesn't have the element fullerene. The element fullerene is what gives this the energetic frequencies that it puts out. And they also use this stone for purifying water.
Ooh, I've heard about that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love when they're in the pyramid form too. Pyramids are meant for healing. It's very
Yeah,
healing.
well, that's what I use in all my healing sessions.
Yeah. Well, think about the big pyramids out in the world. That's what they were built for too.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
big healing.
I'd love to go out there to Egypt
We
Yeah.
all got to go.
someday. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Has anybody?
Bradley's already been, haven't you, Bradley?
Yeah, I've been inside the pyramids, walked the chamber, up the gallery. I've been inside the king's chamber, and I saw the polished, empty marble sarcophagus lying there. I've been inside the king's chamber. Yeah,
But that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, yeah,
There.
yeah.
Tammy
It was
says,
hot too.
Tammy says she has a shungite pyramid she keeps between her and her phone at night.
Yeah.
That's nice.
What else is it?
Is that for protection?
I think it helps with the vibrations that comes off the phone. I'm trying to think. Selenite, because there's vibrations that come off of all electronics, and it helps negate that. Selenite's good too. Everyone should have that.
Oh, there was something that happened to me after I actually was touched by that healing being. I could make the clouds and I could make them disappear.
Nice.
I remember looking at some clouds, like a lot. It would happen a lot. And a lot of them, if they had scary faces, I would say, oh, I just want to erase you. I don't like the looks of you. Please, go away. And it would disappear.
Nice.
It became a thing for me. I started doing it. I did it a while. I haven't done
Yeah,
it recently.
but you see, nature's funny on the other side of the coin. If
Yes.
you were experiencing a drought at the time, would that be your thoughts?
A drought?
Yeah.
No. No, it would not.
See, it all depends on the circumstances.
Right. It actually scared me, you know. I used to have like I went through this phase of obsessed with death and things scared me. Now I can go in pitch dark and nothing, you know, I have no fear of death or anything now. But there for a while, like lots of things, anything dark or eerie or it actually scared me. I think I went through a phase where I thought about hell, you know, not me going there, but
There is nothing
being
to fear, but
possessed,
yeah,
being possessed.
there's nothing to fear but fear itself.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. But I did go through that, and I actually was out one night and thought I saw evil people, which that could have been, you know, somebody telling me, you shouldn't be here, Tony, because
Right.
I wasn't supposed to be there. It turned out to be bad for me. So I think that was one of my little signs, you know, your nudges. You
Yeah,
get,
your little gut feeling,
mm-hmm.
your higher self saying, hey, something's wrong here.
They put something in front of you.
Yeah.
I can ask my higher self a question every day, and I get the answer every day. I remember asking one time for a true miracle. So can you just show me a true miracle today? You know, and I got one by the end of the night.
Nice.
And I ask questions. There's something going on too with like with our technology. Like they're in control of it somehow.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because I can ask the question, and then I've got like an iPad, an iPhone, and an iMac computer at work that are running. But I can ask a question, not type in a question into anything, just ask a quiet question to my higher self. And all of a sudden, in a couple hours, when I go to check email or something, a podcast will pop up with the answer of the question that I asked,
Isn't that
explaining
cool?
it all in detail. This happens to me all the time. Now I'm on
Tony,
tech a lot.
Tony, what are your thoughts on artificial intelligence technology?
The AI,
Yeah.
I think that AI is going to be good for us in a lot of ways and bad for us in a lot of ways. I think that they're going to create slaves because I do believe that they will have the ability to, just like all of us, we evolved into higher consciousness and we've elevated. Uh, I believe that it's possible eventually. I don't know how long it would take an actual physical robot that they create this slave and they're forcing them to do all this work. Eventually, they're going to start feeling things. I believe that it's possible. Now, I'm not a scientist. I've studied a little bit about quantum physics and quantum entanglement and the quantum field, you know, in the past couple years. I've just kind of dabbled in that a little bit because it's so interesting and fascinating, especially since the people that they were going to win the Nobel Prize for it. Anyway,
Benny C. Trent's asking if he can ask you a question, Tony.
who?
Benny C. Trent.
Sure, I'm happy to. Yeah. I'm not getting messages on my end, so will
Yeah,
someone?
he's asking, do you dream walk? Meaning go back to a dream you were involved in. Do you see things from your dreams in daydreams, eyes open?
Vivid? Yeah. Yeah, I've had vivid dreams. Very vivid. I had this one dream that was really very vivid. It was like in the daytime. But evil was chasing me and chasing me and chasing me and chasing me. Could never catch me. And that, I liked that dream because I thought, okay, if there's a bunch of negative spirits out there after me, they can't catch me. I'm good. And my grandparents, they would come in my room every evening and they would say, we're protecting your soul. And, I was so close with them, so close with them. I grew up, with me and my mom lived with my grandparents, my uncle, like I was their baby, you know. They kissed me all the time and hugged me and squeezed on me all the time. And I was so close with all of them, so much. I remember when my great-grandmother passed away, I was like 8 years old, and I'm laying over top of her casket going, please don't put her in the ground. Don't. But anyway, I had a conversation with her 2 weeks ago after COVID, and she told me that I was not going to die, and she told me to eat healthy. And I didn't know who it was when I'm talking to her. I'm just talking. And then I just said, okay, what's your birthday? And she said, February the 5th. And I'm like, yeah, that was definitely my birthday. Yeah, that was amazing. That was beautiful. Those kind of conversations are like that love. It like lights you up. You're like, oh my God, just melted, because that awaits you someday to feel that, and I tell people, well, I see you after death, because that's when we're all going to be really like, I'm sure that I'll see you, Dawn, and we're going to be like, hey,
we made it through.
So happy. Yeah. We didn't survive, but we didn't want to survive, right?
You want to read that?
Yeah, Betty C. Trent says, yes, I felt you are a comfort in the dream world. You have a comfort in dreams of all kinds. You are angels protected. I see the shine when you speak. God bless.
Oh, thank you so much.
You shine bright, sister.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawn's got one of the brightest smiles I've ever seen.
I know, right?
I was born this way. Can't help it.
Yeah.
Like everyone else, I've been through the darkness to get here. So.
Yeah. Got to
Right.
travel through the darkness before we can enter the light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're supposed to say.
Well, that's exactly what happens. Everything is created within the darkness and comes into the light.
Yeah.
I was in the womb for 9 months before I traveled down the tunnel and into the light.
Yeah.
All the sustenance that the earth provides for our survival grows out of what? The darkness of the ground and into the light. So everything
we haven't had to travel through the darkness of forgetting who we were.
The veil.
To come back to realizing who we are.
Yeah.
After a hard day's work, right? You're exhausted. You go home, you lie down, you close your eyes, and you slip into what? The tranquility of darkness, feeling refreshed the next day. So it isn't about light and darkness. What it's all about is choice and intent.
Yeah. How we affect people, like at the end of the day, I think that's what it's all about. I think that even if we didn't do nothing, like, how back when I was working on all those house projects and I was working so hard and so many long hours. And, I think that in the end, it's how we affect each other, how we feel with each other.
Yeah, I think what truly matters in the end is how you feel about yourself.
Yes.
About yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really hard one. I mean, I could go all day long feeling wonderful about everybody else, but
No, what I
myself,
mean to say, what I mean to say is, what
woo,
I mean to say, what I mean to say is in regards to your own path and where you're heading when you leave here.
I'm still working on me. I'm so hard on myself. You have no idea how, like every day, I am so hard on myself.
I
I
feel that.
literally, I have so much things that I've had so much. You wouldn't believe. You all have no idea, and I couldn't even talk about it. It's just too much. Like you probably have all had, and I started getting more innocent, but you guys have probably had sweet, adorable lives. And I've had people holding guns at, forcing me to become a sex slave. And,
Dear God, girl.
I've had things that, not, later in life, not when I was, you know, when I was younger, everything was beautiful, but as an adult, and I mean, just some of the things that happened is crappy.
All that trauma that we
Yeah,
signed up for.
yeah. I mean, not like that I was an ongoing sex slave or anything. It was brief. Okay, I want to
Still,
put that.
though, that's so traumatizing just to
It,
begin with, I'm sure.
it is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
The after effects of all of it is the worst. It's worse than anything. Is the after, the trauma, the PTSD, the looking over
The
your shoulder.
racing thoughts and oh yeah. Yeah, the PTSD, that was a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Do you still deal with PTSD, girl?
Um. Yeah, I think so.
A little bit.
Only on, not. I don't have the fear of the world around me because I feel like a Yogananda. He became so enlightened that nothing bad could happen to him. So I
Right.
feel like that I have actually like got level 4 density, dimension to where I am awakened and enlightened enough to where I do feel like that I kind of can overcome anything, and that anything bad comes towards me is a lesson. I've got to learn
You can
something,
handle it. Yeah.
right,
Yeah, you feel as though you have the protection. Yeah.
right, and I have the protection. It's just that,
Angels. Ah!
yeah, no, and I could probably do more law of attraction stuff, but I'm still working on healing trauma and trying to make myself try to stop, beating myself up. I've
Well,
got to
next
stop.
time you go into meditation, put that intent in there, ask your higher self, your guides, show you how to work through that. And sometimes too, if it feels overwhelming to work through, they can help you work through it. Just ask them to help you. Your higher self's always there, your angels, your guides. Just
Yeah,
ask for the help. Yeah. Like you said, just ask. You get the answers.
I know. I know.
Sometimes we forget to ask for those for
I'm
ourselves.
I'm afraid to ask for anything right now. I don't know if I'm supposed to learn, if I'm supposed to be so hard on myself, and this is part of my lesson, that I'm supposed to just keep beating yourself up, Tony, until
No.
something clicks. I'm trying to figure that out, or I'm going to my QHHT session. I've been putting everything off because I've been told that I completely cleared up karma with one person in this lifetime. I don't think I have karma with anybody else, but I've got one other person that, you know, and I like to know about some of the reasons. Like, one thing is my health on this, like when I was 3 months old, I had lung problems. All as a child, I would get bronchitis and I've had breathing issues off and on. I'm like, I'm sitting here right now, short winded.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out, hey, because I can have that healed. And I'm ready to heal it. I'm like, okay, so why are these things? Why do I have these things? And I've got a long list of questions for my higher self.
Well,
And
just throw them all at them. You'll get them.
The type of people that we are in the spirit world is completely different than we are right here. Like in the spirit world, we're beautiful people. There's nothing bad there.
Right.
And here we've got these egos and we're like, if that person cuts in front of me, it. But we don't have that.
No.
They're different. They're beautiful. They're sweet and loving, and they're always thinking about each other. That
Because we're
just
all one.
yes, just
Because we're all one. It doesn't matter.
right,
You're me. I'm you, sister.
right.
And bro-yos.
Yeah, yeah. All of the little baby souls that are being born now. Can you imagine those little baby souls, those little flickers of light floating around? It's going to be cute to see all that stuff. It's going to be so
Just,
cool
yeah,
to
I mean, you can see
fly,
anything.
fly in space, you know?
Yeah, life is a continuing learning journey.
For sure.
Yeah. I do want to have an out-of-body experience. I had a touch of one, I know, but I'm going to work on that after I do my QHHT and finish up, try to hopefully wrap up whatever traumas that I've got to figure it out. But I have been told that everybody can be hypnotized. It's just like a simple little hypnotist isn't going to do it. You have to have somebody that's completely qualified in quantum hypnosis.
Well, you also have to have somebody you can trust because the hypnotist also has power of suggestion.
Yeah.
So how do you know whether it's something you're authentically experiencing, or is that through the power of suggestion? You see what I'm saying?
I think that you would probably have to put your faith in.
Well, that's the thing. Everything comes down to faith. But how do you know, though? There's no way of actually knowing. I mean, a hypnotist, can have 10 people on a stage acting like fools just to whim with the power of suggestion. So that's my point.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. You're a big skeptic on the.
Well, no. I'm not necessarily a skeptic, but
Oh, I don't know. I don't have an argument there, Jim. I really don't. The only thing that I could say is that, like
Somewhere
Dolores,
they agreed to do it.
yeah, Dolores Cannon, she sort of invented it.
well, I'm not saying there's people out there you can't trust, but you got to be able to trust whoever it is.
They
Right. You always got to be able to,
they videotape the
discern.
and they give you the tape. You get to pay for the tape. You get to hear every single thing that happened. I don't know if they can suggest, like,
Well, it's a well-known fact that a hypnotist has power of suggestion.
right? Power of suggestion, meaning she can put ideas in your head.
Right, exactly. Haven't you seen all these shows where these hypnotists have 10 people on stage acting crazy?
I have not.
Well, that's no big secret.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting subject to look into.
Like
I'm
Suzanne.
not sure, I don't know. You would have to be a willing participant somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard that you can't be hypnotized if you refuse not to be hypnotized.
Right. Yeah.
You have to go
free
along
will.
with the program. You have to go along with the program.
Right. That I believe.
Suzanne Spooner, she went on Alex Ferrari's Next Level Soul podcast. And a lot of the channelers, like, there's a better con, you know what I mean? Like, there's a better con out there. Like, people make fun of these people. You know what I mean? Like, channelers, they're like, oh, they're nuts. They're crazy. Like, do you believe these people? And these people are not nuts and crazy. These things are really happening to them. Like Bashar, he's a channel. Suzanne Spooner was like this real estate. She had all this money. Like, she was trying to contact her father and stumbled upon this. Okay. And she went ahead and asked Dolores Cannon to help her because she wanted to speak with her deceased father. And she wound up speaking to him, the whole thing. But the thing is, like, she is like the most honest, sweetest, good-hearted person you'd ever want to meet in your life. She could not con thousands of people into some rigged up quantum healing thing because she wouldn't care. Like, all right, like, I've built houses, general contracted houses. I could never cut a corner. I just don't have it in me. Okay, spend the extra $1,000 and do it right. That's just because I don't have it in me. She doesn't either. She could never con someone. There's better cons. Like, if I was trying to con somebody, it sure wouldn't be that I'm going to hypnotize you and have you tell some crazy story for $300. You know what I mean? That would be a big waste of my life and time. Like, she's
but there's other people that would though.
she's
Right.
devoting.
That's why you got to use your discernment, you know?
Yeah, there's other people that would. Just because you wouldn't doesn't mean that somebody else would.
Right.
True.
And we're getting up to the top of the hour, so if there's anything you ladies would like to say before the show ends.
Let's
Love
see.
you guys.
Perfect. Yeah.
Looks like we're keeping Bradley awake this evening.
Yeah,
Is he awake?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for coming. Dawn Siddons and Tony Brownlee, thank you for being on the show.
I liked it. It was fun.
It's awesome. We should do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll have you both. We'll
hope
have you both back on the show again.
Like, I never get to do anything like this, so I hope I didn't talk your ears off. I've been, dealing with COVID for 5 weeks, so it's nice to do something fun. So thank you.
We'll have you back on again. It's been a pleasure to have you girls on here.
Yeah, it's awesome being on here
I'd
with you
like to
guys.
thank everybody for interacting with us, all the viewers tonight.
Dawn,
Yeah.
so
See you all on the next one.
okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim, so much. Bye.
Thanks for being